Nahi asyasti priya kaschin na priyasva paropiva na priyasva paropiva eka sarvadiyam drashta eka sarvam diyam drashta kartrinam gunadoshayo kartrinam gunadoshayo nahi asyasti priya kaschin na priyasva paropiva Yasva paropiva eka sarvadiyam drashta kartrinam gunadoshayo. Please chant.
Nahyasya priya kaschin
Nahi asyasti priya kaschin na priyasva paropiva
eka sarvadiyam drasta
eka sarvadiyam drashta
kartanam gunadoshayo
kartrinam gunadoshayo. Nahi asyasti priya kaschin na priyasva paropiva eka sarvadiyam drashta Katrinam gunadoshayo na not he indeed asya to the living entity asti there is priya dear kashtit someone na not apriya not dear sva own kara other api also va or eka the one sarva dhyam of the varieties of intelligence drashta the seer kartrinam of the performers guna doshayo of right and wrong activities. Translation. For the living entity, no one is dear, nor is anyone unprovable. He makes no distinction between that which is in his own and that which belongs to anyone else. He is one without a second. In other words, he is not affected by friends and enemies, well-wishers, or mischief-mongers. He's only an observer, a witness of the different qualities of man. Purport. As explained in the previous verse, the living entity has the same qualities as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but he has them in minute quantities because he is a small particle, sukshma, whereas the Supreme Lord is all-pervading and great. For the Supreme Lord, there are no friends, enemies, or relatives, for he is completely free from all the disqualifications of ignorance that characterize the conditioned souls. On the other hand, he is extremely kind and favorable to his devotees. And he is not at all satisfied with persons who are envious of his devotees. As the Lord himself confirms in Bhagavad Gita 9:29, Samoham sarva bhuteshu namedvesho sti na priya vibhajanti tumam bhaktya maiteteshu chapi aham. I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. I am equal to all. But whoever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend, is in me, and I am also a friend to him. Supreme Lord has no enemy or friend, but he is inclined toward a devotee who always engages in his devotional service. Similarly, as elsewhere in Gita 16:19, the Lord says, Tanaham dichta kruran samasareshu naradhaman kshipami rajasram ashubhan asurish evayonishu. Those who are envious and mischievous, who are the lowest among men, are cast by me into the ocean of material existence, into various demoniac species of life. The Lord is extremely antagonistic toward those who are envious of his devotees. To protect his devotees, the Lord sometimes has to kill their enemies. For example, to protect Prahlad Maharaj, the Lord had to kill his enemy Hiranyakashipu, although Hiranyakashipu attained salvation because of being killed by the Lord. Since the Lord is the witness of everyone's activities, he witnesses the actions of the enemies of his devotees, and he is inclined to punish them. In other cases, however, if he simply witnesses what the living entities do and gives the results of the one's sinful or pious actions. Nahi asyasti priya kaschinna priya svaparopiva eka sarvadiyam drashta kartrinam gunadoshayo. For the living entity, no one is dear, nor is anyone unfavorable. He makes no distinction between that which is which is his own and that which belongs to anyone else. He is one without a second. In other words, he is not affected by friends and enemies, well-wishers, or mischief mongers. He is only an observer, a witness of the different qualities of man. So, as we mentioned at the very beginning, we have here news from Vaikuntha. What materialistic people are doing in material world when as soon as they waking up, so they turning on a radio, yes, for what? Or cell phone, yes. Nowadays, cell phone, just to see what is the news, what is going on in the world all around. But the devotee of the Lord, similar habit, but not to degrade themselves, but elevate themselves. So how is it so? How is it possible to do it like that? Well, we are tuning ourselves to practicing process of spiritual advancement. So therefore we are waking up to our work, which is called devotional service. We're waking up very eager to serve the Supreme Lord. And what we do? We are coming on the front of Him. Yes, sir, I'm here to worship your lotus feet and lotus feet of your beloved devotees. Please accept my humble presence and be kind on me. Please accept my worship. So this is the habit of the devotee. He's always ready to serve. He's always ready to worship. So when we are here, we report our presence of the Supreme Lord. So we chant the glories of the Supreme Lord with love and devotion amongst other devotees to express our affection of our heart. And then, after chanting, connecting with Krishna through the transcendental cell phone, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Then we have news from Vaikuntha. We are tuning ourselves to transcendental radio. Nowadays we have this internet and a connection on Zoom. So we are tuning and everybody in the temple and everybody else, wherever they are tuning themselves to listen the news from Vaikuntha. What I should do today, what is going on in spiritual world. So today we are learning that we, as eternal spirit soul, we have nothing to do with this material existence. We don't have nothing to do with this material body that we love so much. We develop so much attachment to this body that we develop, unfortunately, a lot of bad habits, which indicates that we are very attached to this body and the bodies who are connected with our body. But today we are learning that for the living entity, no one is dear, nor is anyone unfavorable. He makes no distinction between that which is his own and that which belongs to anyone else. He is one without a second. In other words, he is not affected by friends, enemies, well-wishers, or mischief mongers. He's only an observer, a witness of the different qualities of man. So this is also very nice. Uh, sometimes we wonder, how we can get purified from my attachments, for my contamination, all these anarthas that are residing in my heart and my mind. My goodness, if ever I will become free from all this contamination, my Lord, please help me. So Krishna giving us so much help. As we hear from Srila Prabhupada purport, Krishna is extremely kind. He's very gentle. He's always thinking how to help his devotees, not only to help them to achieve their desirable goals, to become qualified to come back to him, but also he's very protective. He want to, like Prabhupada mentioned, he's very antagonistic to his enemies, because those who are envious of Krishna, they are naturally also envious of his devotees. So therefore they want to make trouble to devotees. But Krishna, as supreme protector, is always making sure that devotees are protected. So being Paramatma, super soul, he is witnessing all desires and thoughts of every living entity, either devotees or non-devotees, enemies, demons, whatever. So witnessing the desires and thoughts, Krishna is arranging, either directly or indirectly, to protect his devotee. So in this way, we can see how dear devotees of Krishna are to his lotus heart. We're not messed up with devotees. Otherwise, we will feel Krishna's lotus feet on our cheek or in our head. Krishna, remember this pastime that Krishna came to Mathura to heal Kamsa, envious demon who was doing so many different troubles to his devotees. Even he wanted to kill his own sister, this demon. But Krishna, being so kind and so merciful, he decided to rescue his parents, Vasudeva and Devaki, and kill this demon who is doing so much troubles. But demon was thinking that I'm so tricky, I'm so clever, I can do some arrangements that this Krishna will be killed before he will enter my palace. So then he sent Kulavapida, this big elephant, to smash Krishna, because Krishna was just boy, 16 years old boy. So then this big elephant can summon Krishna and be end of his glory. But what Krishna did, he killed this big elephant, like just smashed some mushroom. And then he entered on the scene of the courtyard of Kamsa. Kamsa was thinking, this was some trick of this boy, but I will have the big mm, wrestlers gigantic wrestlers full of muscles like stones, and they will kill Krishna. So Krishna, on the very beginning, was playing with them, just wrestling, just to have a little bit fun, like boys always like to fight, wrestle here and there, just to show just the skills, the abilities. So Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Why inside of us there are such tendencies or desires? Because they emanate from Krishna. As Srila Prabhupada mentioned, we are part and parcel of Krishna. This means that in us are some qualities which are in Krishna in total. So if we want to fight, Krishna also want to fight. What is the big deal? No deal. Krishna want to have fun. He's the supreme enjoyer anyway. And he's the supreme controller. So then let's see what he can do. So Krishna, grabbed this big muscle mountains and start to wrestle. And and he was in the corner of his eye was observing, what's going on the in the audience. And everybody, because they were, Vrindavan themselves, gopis and cowboys, they were observing Krishna. Oh my goodness! And they were full of emotions. All of us, and it's like we observing some fight, UFC or something like this. As we were remember, or I remember when I was a teenager. I'm from Europe, so everybody knows that Europe is very famous for soccer. So when there was soccer, European Championship or World Cup, then every town, every village, every city were quiet because everybody was on the front of the TVs. I'm talking about 70s and 60s, so it was old ancient time. So it was not that like now there is empty, streets. No, everything is different now. But in that time, it was everything empty, and everybody was watching TV. And I remember together with my father, we were just trying to like kick this ball which we just was observing in the TV. So we were full of emotions, and in this way, all these observers how Krishna was fighting with these wrestlers, they also he was trying to just like help Krishna to smash this big wrestler. But Krishna noticed that this is a little bit too exciting, and this excitement actually brings anxiety and stress to all these devotees of him. They were anxious. Oh my goodness, Krishna is so little, and this big mountain, can smash. So they afraid about Krishna, and then when Krishna noticed that, oh, it's too much anxiety, so therefore, he decided to smash this guy, so like, and kill him on the spot. But all others wrestlers who were meant to kill Krishna, oh no, let's go. So then they came to Krishna and they to fight, and then there was excitement, was growing on that arena. But still, Krishna want to fight a little bit more. So therefore, again, was a little bit wrestling. And all devotees were tired of this, situation, afraid about Krishna. My Lord, please, no. And Krishna will notice that, okay, I'm causing too much stress. So then, when next wrestler came, he just makes some roundhouse and smashed the head of this person, and was end. So then Krishna grabbed Kamsa, and as we know, it was just few punches, and it was after demon. So Krishna is very clever. Some people think that they are very clever. They can manage, to diminish the glory of the Lord or smash devotees of the Lord. But they can be very disappointed because it's just question of time that Krishna will arrange in such a way that they will be smashed. So this particular message from Srimad Bhagavatam is informing us about Krishna as the supreme protector of his beloved devotees. So devotee, why Krishna is so attached to and in love with his devotees? Because devotees, they understand that we are in this material world, but we have nothing to do with material existence, with material objects of this material existence. I'm not this body, I'm eternal spirit soul. I'm eternal servant of the Supreme Lord, my beloved Supreme Lord, that I need to serve with all my senses, mind, and intelligence. I need to dedicate everything in glorifying the Supreme Lord. This is the mentality of devotee. So then naturally, if somebody will express such affection to you, I am yours. You can do with me everything what do you want. I'm here to just assist you for your pleasure. So, oh yes, sure. And it's very pleasing, yeah, such statement, and especially when you see that this person is really into this. He internalized this words. He's not just talking the talk, but he is walking the talk. So he is very serious. So then naturally our affection is also growing to this person. So what to speak about such affectionate exchanges between the genuinely pure entities, like the supreme entity, supreme being, supreme person, Lord Shri Krishna, and his devotees, who are far away from bodily concept of life. So these exchanges, these loving exchanges, are so pure, so intimate. But unfortunately, those who are adepts of bhakti science, lifestyle, and culture, they sometimes can struggle because we, in due course of time, we develop a lot of attachments to bodily concept of life, and not only to our own body and mind, and also to other bodies that are connected with our body. So then we have this mentality that, oh, they are my relatives, they're my friends. So we make this distinguish between friends, enemies, me and my friends and the general public. So we are full of these dualities, and we treat our relatives, with special affection. And if something happened, and then it is killing us. So we are so much merged into this bodily concept of life. Therefore, we have a lot of problems in our life, a lot of miseries. Just if we will be free, purified from this bodily concept of life, then all problems and disappeared. At least diminish very significantly. So what to do? Well, Krishna, being very kind, he designed a process for all these conditioned souls who are in this material world, unfortunately, suffering pains of this material existence. And because he wants, out of his love, he wants us to come back to him, to spiritual world. Therefore, he designed a beautiful process called Bhakti Yoga. Yoga means connection with the Supreme Lord through bhakti. Bhakti means love and devotion. How to express our love and devotion? It is process. If we are very serious and we accept very seriously this process, which is based on Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, etc. These three are very important. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. Smaranam means remembering. So, like Srila Prabhupada, who is bona fide representative of Krishna, he representing Krishna directly. He descended from spiritual world, from Krishna Loka, for our purpose. Despite of all this different anxiety and contamination by ignorance, he came. Vaikunthaman, he came descended for our purpose to just give us spiritual enlightenment. He designed a custom process that we, especially Westerners, who are lower than Shudras, Lechas, Yavanas, Chandalas, that develop so many different abominable habits can purify themselves from all these bad habits and develop good habits, habits of Vaishnava behavior and culture, Vaishnava qualities. So he designed morning program. Started with very early morning program, as I mentioned in the beginning. This devotee is always very alert and ready to serve Krishna from the very beginning, from the morning, because it's very auspicious. Therefore, it's called Mangala, auspicious. Arati, worshipping the Supreme Lord. So he is ready to worship the Supreme Lord, be present, be, and, and you know, zameldować się, um, report, report himself on the front of the Supreme Lord. Yes, ready, sir. My Lord, I'm here to serve you. And then connection to chanting amongst other devotees. And we can hear when it's temple full of devotees, it's like beehive, full of bees. So sweet. It's like honey. It's just falling from the sky and going through our ear to our heart. It's so purifying, so beautiful, so sweet. And then we have news from the Vaikuntha Srimad Bhagavatam class, and then worshipping Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, and then we have the breakfast, worshipping, honoring the prasadam, mercy of the Supreme Lord, and then going to different activities which are meant to serve the Supreme Lord, to express our love and devotion through action, because actions speak louder than words, isn't it? And in this time, we can remember Krishna. We can engage our mind, because when mind is not engaged, it's devilic workshop. So in our condition, in our situation, mind is the biggest troublemaker. Unless we will surrender our mind. So how to do this? It's easy to say. Yes, it is easy to say, but it's also easy to do if we are very serious. So how to engage our mind? In positive thinking. What is positive thinking in Krishna consciousness? Thinking about Krishna. Oh, Krishna, Srila Prabhupada give us so many different books, Krishna books, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Nectar of Devotion, Nectar of Instruction, so many books. So we can absorb ourselves in contemplation of these different texts, saintly text, which is a message from spiritual world, and read this, study this with attitude. What I should implement today to my life to improve myself, because life only become better when we become better. So, what can I implement, or like I was doing with my God brothers long ago on the beginning when we were trained by our Guru Maharaj, that we were trying to share with each other when we were going to place of our devotional service. We were exchanging everything what we remember from Srimad Bhagavatam class and what we want to implement in our life from what we hear from Srimad Bhagavatam. So it was so exciting. This was good exercise for our mind, exercise of our memory, exercise of our brain to remember and contemplate, meditate about Krishna and Krishna's devotees and devotional service. This is awesome. This is actually what is in spiritual world. They think about Krishna, they listen about Krishna, they talk about Krishna, and they worship Krishna, serve Krishna. So if we will implement these four principles, listening about Krishna and Krishna's devotees and devotional service, thinking about Krishna, Krishna's devotees and devotional service, talk about this, preach about Krishna's glories, how Krishna is great, how Krishna's devotees are great, how they are connected with Krishna's lotus feet, how devotional service connecting all of us with Krishna's lotus feet, and how to worship Krishna, to satisfy Krishna's senses, because he's the supreme enjoyer, how to give pleasure to Krishna, not in selfish way to my senses, no ahamameti, but rather for Krishna's satisfaction, Krishna's pleasure, Krishna's pleasure sense, satisfy Krishna's senses. So in this way, we'll be all right, like Srila Prabhupada mentioned. Then you'll be all right. And we need to remember where we are. We are in material world, temporary place, full of miseries. It's Kunta place, not Vaikunta. It's Kunta. So this means that there is a lot of miseries, a lot of problems. If we not get rid of our material attachments to our own body and bodies that are connected with our body, then we'll be in big trouble. Because sooner or later, because the nature of this world is temporary, then everything has its own time. Our body will get sick, weak, old, and our relatives who are old, elder than us, they will die. This naturally will, if we have excessive uh, affection and attachment, will cause us so much trouble, so much anxiety and stress. So therefore, we need to learn the art how to navigate our emotions in such a way that we will be not in devastation, but rather to situate ourselves on a spiritual platform, like Narada Muni was informing here, Chitraketu, trying to explain the nature of us as eternal spirit souls. So, and also he giving him mantra to let him be absorbed in devotional service, worshiping the Supreme Lord. So there are varieties of different items in this Bhakti Yoga process that we can be absorbed and develop internal attachment to Krishna and Krishna's loving objects. If we internalize this, if we will do this on the emotional, affectionate platform, it will make our progress quicker and stronger. Much quicker, much stronger than we will do this mechanically, superficially, which is very shallow. And there is no certainty that you can continue to the end of your life. No certainty. So therefore, we need to take advantage of every day, with starting from morning till night. Every day is like a lesson. What is, when you're waking up, what will be lesson for me today? So it can be nice, sweet, can be sometimes very disturbing. We don't know. So then, if it will be disturbing, so then what to do? Immune yourself. Krishna, through his representative Srila Prabhupada, give us such immunization, beautiful spiritual process of making spiritual progress. So let's absorb ourselves fully. Take advantage of everything we got. And when we take advantage of everything we got from Krishna through his representatives, in this way we can express our gratitude and appreciation. But if we don't take this very seriously, then we're not expressing appreciation. Like I remember when I was a child and my parents, my father was buying me some toys. So then when I was not properly dealing with these toys, just throwing somewhere or something, and a child, don't don't have proper estimation of the value of this what he got. So then parents were not very satisfied. And what he told me, if you will not deal with these toys properly, then I will never buy you again. Oh, okay. So then I was very careful to play with my toys in a way that my parents will be satisfied how I play, that they will not harm. Of course, now from the perspective of time, when I'm a little more mature, so I understand that yeah, they work very hard to get some money, not only maintain me, but also entertain me by some toys. And if I'm smashing them on the wall, Actually, what type of expression is this? I'm not appreciating anything. I'm not grateful at all. I'm just oblivious to their effort. I'm smashing their affection to me and neglect, ignoring the effort that they're doing to just help me maintain me. So all these different emotions are coming from Krishna because Krishna is the supreme whole. So if we want to express our gratitude, our appreciation, so then let's learn this art. Like we were discussing a week ago, uh, the art of giving, yes, and art of receiving. It's not about only giving, but also there is art in receiving. I remember when we were serving in Copenhagen Yatra in Denmark. So together with my wife, we were head pujaris in that time, and also responsible for gift shop. My wife, she's very artistically inclined and also very good organizer about this type of businesses. So therefore, she arranged beautiful boutique aside of the temple, and we have many different customers. And one time, uh, one young man came to our gift shop, and he looked around, and somehow I have some like sentiments internally to this person. I don't know what's going on, but just out of this feeling, I just approached this person and asked him, "Do you look for something specific?" "Oh, no, no, I'm just looking around. You have so many beautiful items, and I'm so sorry I don't have so much money." It's okay, it's okay. Take your time, look around. So then he was looking, and then on the end, he just doing this namaskar, like going to leave, and leave the gift shop. But he touched my heart with his humility, and I told him, "Wait, wait, wait. I want to give you something." "No, I didn't serve for it." "No, it's okay." So I give him a beautiful a pencil that we bought in India, and on this, when you put this pencil behind your pocket pen, there was like a little Srila Prabhupada picture attached to this. And then he looked at this pencil and a pen. You look at. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you so much. And he melted me on the spot. I never in my life experienced such appreciation of such little thing like pen, but he expressed his gratitude and appreciation what he give God, just very little thing, but he received this in such love and devotion that he melted on my heart. I was willing to give him a whole gift shop in this moment, but my wife was aside, so she was cooling down my head. But this was unforgettable experience. In that time, actually, I understood the meaning of the art of receiving. So when we receive something from Krishna or from Krishna's devotee, if we will express such loving affection, maybe on the beginning, maybe it can be a little bit artificial because we are in the learning process. Like little baby, infant, is trying to walk, imitate parents, and sometimes, shaking, collapse, and say, "Oh, very artificial." Come on, he's just learning. Give him time. So similarly, in everything what we do in Krishna consciousness in the Bhakti Yoga process, maybe on the beginning we'll be clumsy. So what? It requires a little bit time and endeavor. If we just continue and practice, and gradually our expression will come naturally in genuine way from our heart. So this is the most important thing. We should stop being impersonal, but rather to develop personal treatment and exchanges with others. Then we will learn to be personal with Krishna. If we become personal, very personal with devotees, we become very personal with Krishna. Krishna giving us willingly his beloved objects, his devotees, to train ourselves, express our love and devotion to his devotees. So by this training every day with Krishna's devotees, we will be ready when Krishna appears, we'll be well trained. So we can appreciate and appreciate Krishna and express our love and gratitude to him in perfect way. So I can continue in this way because this is subject ocean. There's no end of glorifying devotees and Krishna's kindness. But I'm going to stop here, and there may be some comments and questions.
Yeah, I like that point. It might seem unnatural at first, but over time they'll get the hang of it. Prabhupada uses the word gradually for a lot of things. Like in chanting will gradually bring the mind under control. You follow the rules and regulation. Your mind will gradually come under control. You'll gradually rise to Krishna consciousness. And yeah, if you give people the space to grow and encourage them, then they'll be, there's a higher chance they'll succeed. There's so much working against us. So if we give each other love, even in the ugly stages, and you see the great souls do that, someone makes a mistake that's out of ignorance and they let it go. Sometimes they chastise heavily if someone's strong enough, but if someone's weak, they give them the space to grow. And people grow strong and they're very grateful and they pass it on. And it's very heartwarming and it works too.
Thank you. Very beautiful comment. Yes, we need to give a space for people to grow in bhakti, and they will gradually, by utilizing all different aspects of the process, they can gradually elevate themselves to higher level. My Guru Maharaj, naturally, he was repeating Srila Prabhupada words. Gradually we advance in Krishna consciousness. But this gradual can be in different way. Gradually faster or gradually slower. So this now gradually we can advance is up to us, how eager we are. So therefore he was emphasizing also another point, lauliam, greediness, how greedy we are of purification or spiritualization of our existence. Of course, gradually we will develop, but this eagerness is just a catalysator, is speeding process, is speeding agent that help us to accelerate our purification or advancement. It is up to our desires. What do we desire? What do we want in our life? If we know that life is short, time is running very quickly, well, then we need to be very quickly, gradually to do process. Thank you. Other questions or comments? Or maybe? If not, so then I can continue.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
What
Janavatkala Devi.
Haribol, what an ecstatic class. Thank you so
Hare
much.
Krishna. I felt something from this side. I didn't know what. Now I know some well-wishing friend was aside.
Yeah, I'm appreciating this point that you made about positive thinking and what that means in Krishna consciousness. It means thinking of Krishna. So there's this beautiful verse in Bhagavatam 1:2:15. Yadanidhyasana yukta karma granti nibandhanam chindanti kovidastasya kona koryat kataratim. It means, with sword in hand, intelligent men cut through the binding knots of reactionary work karma by remembering the personality of Godhead. Therefore, who will not pay attention to his message? So you were reminding us to the importance of smarnam. And it's just this verse came to mind of the importance of remembering Krishna, and that's cutting through the knots of reactionary work, karma, by remembering him. And I was just thinking how Krishna must be so pleased with you. You were talking, you were like, we want things for Krishna's satisfaction, for Krishna's pleasure, for Krishna's senses. And it just shows how you are Krishna's man. You are there for Krishna. Just like if someone is trying to get to know me, but they're antagonistic towards me, it's going to be kind of hard to connect with me. But just with the same way with Krishna, you can see that you're absorbed in supporting Krishna rather than being antagonistic to him. So Krishna can be so appreciative of that. Just like if people think Krishna is impersonal, that's so hurtful to him. Like, okay, you're not even a person, you know? So just that, like, you being a support for Krishna must be so pleasing to him. So that was something I was reflecting on. And also just this, yes, ready, sir, I'm here to serve you. I really like that, like waking up in the morning, just kind of like, okay, yes, I'm ready, I'm here. And today I learned in this class that some of the art of giving is the art of appreciation and affection and love. Whenever you receive the thing, you can take it with love. Sometimes it's hard to receive. We can take it and pass it on to our Guru Maharaj. Like, thank you for this, and we know that it's coming from our Gurudev. And in terms of how you said gradually faster, gradually slower, I also got an understanding of that. Like, okay, maybe you want to walk up steps, right? And you have to walk up steps gradually. You have to go from each step to each step. You can't like jump across them. You might like fall on your face. You can't just like there's only so far you could spread your legs up to get to a higher step. But you can choose how fast or slow you walk up the steps. So that like helped me understand this word gradually. And I've just been thinking recently about maintaining material attachments and how this definition of maintaining, it's like you're saying like we have our material desires, so it depends on our desire how fast or slow we want to go up. So to keep it's maintaining means to keep an existing state, preserve from failure or decline. So sometimes we just keep our material attachments, we preserve them from failure or decline. So it's kind of like trying to reflect on that. Maybe let them go.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Ecstatic comment. Thank you so much for your sharing your insight. Very beautiful. This indicates that you constantly meditate about spiritual culture and spiritual science of making spiritual progress. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Very beautiful. Something else, Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis?
Thank you so much. That left me speechless.
Krishna mentioned, maybe I will give a little bit hint how Krishna is so kind and merciful. He mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, Kauntaya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. O son of Kunti, declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes. Why he didn't say himself? Because he's independent, he can change. But if devotee will say, that for sure. Shri Krishna Bhagavan ki!